It's been a while, but we're back for some more Danganronpa. Last episode, we investigated with Byakuya. So far, he's an absolute douche. No further questions, guys. That's it. We're gonna turn this music down. I don't know why, I just want to keep the music low.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? Yeah, obviously. But, it's an emergency. What's the emergency? Emergency, what happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do about it, Byakuya? Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. Suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you'd just say no and that'd be the end of it. Yeah, okay, come on, let's hurry.
Let's go.
Wait for us, Hina. Looks like she had tours to Togo's room, most likely. You're right. That's Junko's. Yako, where the hell is... Oh. Togo inside, some kind of emergency. Let's bing bong ding dong. I mean bing bong. Alright, Owie. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Well, I want to do that, but you won't let me bing bong ding dong. May as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Toko, you good? Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
You gotta make sure you're not doing any suspicious things.
Won't allow it.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
What do you mean by that? Just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murder scene. It doesn't make any sense, alright? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I decided to burst down the door. It felt like someone was holding it in shut on the other side. Couldn't even budge it. Got it? Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Why would she do that? Does she think the same things as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Not me. Alright, let's go teleport again. Actually, no, we probably gotta go to Byakuya, because... Byakuya, do you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. How you're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Well, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're also annoying. Pakla!
It's Byakuya.
I'm so sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. I don't get it. With that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. Shut up.
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. But Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he was a fucking asshole. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Do we need to go here? What do we have to check? There are no clues here. We need to check. No clues there. That's not what I meant to do. It's this envelope. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Maybe here? If I remember, on the other side of the store. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside.
Let's
here?
go.
Oh, all makes sense when you're inside. Oh, this is cool. Whoa, there's so many books and files. So much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. A ton of thick files stuffed on the bookshelf. If you're thinking about looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing that a normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. I guess we'll check over here. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudge and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. Proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? What else is there?
that's...
Oh, I probably shouldn't have skipped that. I mean, it said dangerous stuff. Let me read that. They reveal the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. Detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. Well, are you going to look? For now, I think I'd rather not. Are you sure we can't look? Yeah, no, we can't. Alright. Shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one up at random. Ah, so you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's a report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. Won't be declassified for another 30 years. You sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Man, Makoto, you are a pussy. Hold on, we still have more to check. What else do we have to check? It's not what I meant to press. Maybe here. There's a step there. Oh, here. Huh, it's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Sure. So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. Home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your pre-convinced reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have pulled all of this together? I suppose it goes to show how much Hope Speak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep all of this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. You don't understand what they actually represent. You don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what do you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? What makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all of this has to be top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than any actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characters in Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. The second is that where the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one or the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how come the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
Culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. But Toko was mentioning about that.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. And Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us.
Interesting.
Things are starting to get really interesting, aren't they? I have never imagined a killer with such reputation would ever become part of our little game. So maybe Toko saw Genocide Jack? I don't know. Now, don't you think it would be a good for you to take a look at what I've already seen?
Such ignorance.
If you... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to skip that. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Oh, yay. What else do we have, Byakuya? This? Yeah, no. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay to time. Feel free to say it. Oh, it's here. Murder cases of Genocide Jack. Top secret. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped it through with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. Names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for me several pages. Damn. Ken Harda, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoju Gaku, 23. Kano Izzy, 14. Takeshi Yoshia, 30. Let me read this. Ken Harda, office worker, 32. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. Victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. As with the other cases at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made with every pair left in the murder scene and some else. Victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. Wow. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed, suspended in exactly the same way. At the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it can be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never came forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Oh. So is it Toko?
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Yeah, that's what I figured. A split personality, like the kind of thing you'd see on the TV. So I'm part of a totally unbelievable story. But this one is more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Dude, you're in Danganronpa, a killing game. Anything can happen. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. How are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Oh, wait, Byakuya. Alright, we're done. As usual, Byakuya turned left without another word, hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Not just all of a sudden like that.
I don't have time to play with
Come
you.
on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the entire time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. And in the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Just like Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. That murderous fiend. He's one of us. Who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back at the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Alright, well guys, that's gonna stop there for this episode. However, we do know what we're gonna do in the next episode. As, yeah, that's about all the information we have, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we're probably going to find the rest of the evidence. See you guys later. Peace.